In Jeremiah 44, a question arises that is as poignant as it is candid. It queries if the depiction of God in the Bible, at times, seems overly authoritarian, even dictatorial, a God who appears to favor only those who comply, and starkly dismisses those who resist. Does this not seem a bit harsh, even ruthless? Why is this question posed? The verse in question speaks of the Judahites who fled to Egypt. It prophesies that they will face the same fate as the inhabitants of Jerusalem, for they have deviated from God's intentions and have not repented, choosing instead to follow the idols of Egypt. The questioner's perspective is this: is not faith a matter of personal choice? The Judahites grew up in an environment of faith in God, yet they ended up losing their nation, their homes, and were forced to flee overseas. In their time of desperation, they found solace in the gods of Egypt, and thus they changed their faith. Is this not understandable? Is this not acceptable? The Judahites' justification was that they enjoyed prosperity when they worshipped the Queen of Heaven, a practice that their ancestors, kings, and leaders had followed in the cities of Judah and the streets of Jerusalem. They were content. They did not suffer. Yet, when they ceased these practices, they began to lack everything and were exterminated by sword and famine. Their wives chimed in, stating that their husbands fully supported their practices. If the whole family was in agreement, what could be the problem? This question is indeed thought-provoking. It encompasses two aspects. First, is God dictatorial and arbitrary? Second, is there no freedom of faith? Why must the people of Judah be punished, even if they flee overseas, if they do not believe in God? Why must it always be prosper if you comply, perish if you resist? Let's first address the question of whether God is dictatorial and arbitrary. This terminology seems misplaced. Consider this analogy. A kindergarten teacher asks the children what 1 + 1 equals. All the children reply that it equals 3. The teacher, however, corrects them, stating it equals 2. Is the teacher being dictatorial and arbitrary, disregarding democracy, simply because the majority of the children believe the sum to be 3? From the viewpoint that the essence of God is truth, His will does not change according to human thoughts, nor does it conform to the principle of the minority complying with the majority. Truth is unique. Is this considered dictatorial? The second aspect to consider is why God clings to the Israelites and the Judahites, no matter where they flee. Why, if they do not act according to God's will, must they be punished? Why can't they enjoy a bit of religious freedom? The Bible asserts that good deeds are rewarded and evil deeds are punished. This is a principle established by God. The majority of misfortunes that befall humans are self-inflicted, and the Israelites are no exception. From beginning to end, God never rewards evil with kindness. From the Bible's perspective, God also refers to the Israelites and the Judahites as my children. As children, when they stray, as a parent, God will inevitably discipline them. The 12th chapter of Hebrews speaks of God's discipline of His people as love. For whom the Lord loves, He disciplines, and He scourges every son whom He receives. What you endure is God disciplining you, treating you like sons. Is there a son whom his father does not discipline? The prophetic books also mention, "Behold, I have set you this day over nations and over kingdoms, to pluck up and to break down, to destroy and to overthrow, to build and to plant." Jeremiah 1:10. In this we see God as a doctor. To save a patient's life, the doctor must thoroughly remove all the malignant tumors from the patient's body. For God's ultimate goal is to ensure a healthier and more abundant life for people, and not to punish or increase suffering. So we circle back to the central question: does God appear harsh in the Bible? The context of the passages and historical and cultural background certainly provide a deeper understanding. However, the question remains, inviting further contemplation and discussion.